Hi everyone, this is the third time doing this video, third time's the charm, right? Okay, here's the mini album that I made with the Cartographer's A4 paper pad and the Engraver 6x6 paper pad, and it's kind of fun to have like two different patterns to work with, and I've been like, I don't know, hogging the this has been my vault for like forever, so I thought it would be a good chance to use it. And it goes really well with the collection. The color scheme is like exactly the same. With the Angry one is slightly darker, but pretty much the entire theme that moves throughout is the same. So it works really well as together. If you want like, if you already have like one of them, you can like kind of go out and get like the embellishments or like the paper of the other one to like kind of complement and get like more patterns out of the same theme. Here's like a grungy mini. Use a lot of stamps also from the Ellie Edwards Technique Tuesday stamp. So I really like the sayings in the stamp, in the stamps, like start fresh, make tough choices and stuff. So I thought this kind of it's like those encouragement statements, but they were also very realistic statements. They're not like everything is like happy and good, and then encourages you with like this idea of like excessively fairy tale sort of thing. You still have to like make tough choices and do the right thing and stuff. So here's the mini, really quick one. This is a paperback mini, but I also use the Graphic 45s as Staples tag mini album to do like the tags on this mini. So I kind of like large spaces for like journaling and photos. So here's the cover. So I wanted to talk about like everything on here, but one of the things I want to talk about is this thing. So this frame, it was actually I think it was a die cut. Can't figure out which one it actually was. Someone gave me like a die cut. It was from a studio that I think it's either Tim Holtz or Sizzix. And yeah, what I did was I went to alter it. I actually did like 2 to 3 layers of like Versamark, and then with the embossing powder. This is the chunky white embossing enamel by Stupendous. And then after 3 layers, I stamped like I think this is a basic grey stamp to create this deep impression. And then what I did later on was I alcoholed it with rust alcohol inks, and also and just buffed it up with Goldfinger. Yeah, so to create this really cool effect around here. And here's actually a stamp that I hand carved out. This is probably not the first time you see me use this stamp, but I really like this stamp a lot. Yeah, so here is just tags, little things that are inside, and I kind of like want to have a lot of text in this mini so that I can write my reflections, and sometimes it could be just a really short one. And yeah, great place for photos behind here, magnetic closure places of photos and journaling. I'm gonna put this in as well. Here it says make it work. So this is kind of like cool, encouraging statements, but they encourage you to work hard and not to like slack off. Here it says make tough choices. So here is I want to show you guys. This is actually something I made up from the WOW embossing melted powder, which is amazing. You can go onto their website to like find out more. So this actually made a mold using really commercial. Okay, hopefully the light doesn't have too much glare. Commercial sort of thing, and I made a mold of it, and I did a copy of it. So like you could do this. I'm going to share an alternative as well. You can get like those commercial molds. Those one is like purple on one color and the other one is like white, and it mixes it together and it hardens like within 10-15 minutes. But if waiting is okay for you, there is a home kind of homemade mold cast that actually works really well. And I'll share that with you later. Here are 2 tags. So a lot of this like French label tags, they're actually from Graphic Fairy's blog. Just go over there and look through that amazing collection of vintage like scan images, which is just like, and it's like you have a plethora of things to like use for like scrapbooking and stuff. This is also from the Graphic Fairy site. Place for photo, place for journaling, and basically a tag opens up. And here, the place for journaling and photos as well. Okay, here more tags, and this is actually the image from graphics fair as well, so it really goes well together. And so photos, and this is one of those wood veneers that they have been releasing with their collections. They're actually quite fun to work with because having a neutral color to balance out what is already there, and the fact that it's kind of like grounded as well, it helps to give like a certain kind of character to your scrapbook. Here's his memories. Please for journaling and photos. So really conceptually, it really doesn't like differ too much, and it pretty much looks the same throughout. But that was kind of what I wanted to achieve in the first place. Oops. So it wouldn't be too complicated for me. Haha. Please for journaling. Here's the other resin, or rather embossing powder thing that I use. You could get UD as well, but UD takes a really long time to heat and melt down, I think. That took like a couple of minutes with an embossing gun, and like this cake tart trays you can get like in supermarkets or drugstores. So this is, oops, how it turned out. Okay, I used rust alcohol inks to get this color, and it's a little bit shiny because I actually did also have the copper mix that I've used with these. And this is really fun, and you can make this. And so this is actually a design from Ingrid Boehm's Shabby Chic Treasures, one of the resin pieces, in which I actually copied out using the homemade mold. So really, to do this, really simple. I probably don't need to go through a tutorial, just kind of need to experiment with it, just to know like proportion of how much and how much. And basically use like 100% sealant. You want to get those that can actually stay wet for a little while and not dry up too quickly. Get a starch, get cornstarch, which I did have here, as well as an like either baby's oil, olive oil. That's the same function. And then mix it up together. It feels a bit more sticky. Put more cornstarch and continue molding into like a dough sort of thing. And once that if you start feeling sticky, what you do is you mold it into a ball, get the mold out over, and then just press it over, and then you leave it there for like maybe like overnight, at least overnight, and you will get this really cool mold. And you mix this. How cool is that? Yeah, great place for journaling tags. Really want to talk about this effect that I did here. This is just black cardstock with a clear embossing powder, and this is a more detailed stamp, so I use a Ranger's Superfine Detail Clear embossing powder. Really cool. That's a really cool effect, so I kind of want to share that. The tag is really cool too. So this is done with a technique taught on Tim Holtz's own blog. I think it's one of the 2012 tags, and basically it's just a you can use either metallic cardstock. This is on BCWV, or you can use Ranger's brand of metallic foil tape, and then basically you stick into random areas. And some you want to have like diagonal to give it like kind of like a realistic look. Get your ballpoint pen ready, and basically do like impressions of like the where the tip is at, and then press the nib down to create that dot in the center. And here's just the nib, and then you just dot your way around like specific areas. And I thought this is really cool, create this really cool industrial effect. And to top it all, and the final, like to give like final coat, two methods. On his blog he shared using black alcohol inks, and then using what's that, the alcohol blending solution to try and remove the excess, and to like and then basically you still have, but not rub all the way off, with some excess, and then you get like the black color streaks on to make this look more genuinely industrial. How you can do that now with his newer range of products is to use the Tim Holtz distress paints. And distress paints are a lot easier with because because they're soluble in water before they dry. So you want to have like a nice coat that dry a little bit, and then use water to like a wet cloth or something to remove the black off it, and then you will get that industrial blackish look. Yep. So I thought that was kind of cool. Probably camera's not picking up that industrial look very well, but yeah, whatever. Just simple tag. Keys for photos and journaling. Okay, final pages. So this is clear from the new CHA release. Can't remember what the alterations die is called, but just really cool. Really love the patterns. Good place for like journaling and stuff. And just in case you wonder where this flare buttons came from, they're actually from Made with Love, which is like one of our local scrapbooking stores in Singapore. And they, yeah, basically sell these and got them like, I think it's like $5 for like 10, or was it $4 for 10? I can't remember. And they're just really fun things to add to, and they have those really cute ones. They have like those with vintage images, which I bought, and they fit really well with how the theme of the mini was going. So I use them for that. And just in case you're wondering why I'm using a lot of black, so basically just black cardstock, and because it's this huge trend, and I really like, actually I do like the look quite a bit of like the whole chalkboard look, but you can kind of just replicate that with like black, like the black cardstock, and then maybe use embossing powder or white pen to replace what would have been like the more expensive chalkboard surface and the chalk. And I thought I just use whatever I had. Okay, so let's do the next thing. Just for journal photos. These are Spellbinders die. And here, so everything will be okay. Please for journaling and photos, and that's the mini. So this is like the back. I really like this pattern paper, so I didn't want to do too much. I don't like have photo overlay. I just wanted it to be like part of the book. Yep. So that is the mini. Wow, that's 12 minutes. Longer 12 minutes of your life, I bet. Yeah, probably because I'm really boring. Yeah, so that's the mini. Thought it turned out really well, like the way I expected it to be. And really fun playing with all the different stuff. I'll focus with the spine. So this is the binding that's done on this paperback mini is actually to use the Laura's Following the Paper Trails as Stack the Deck binding method, which is really cool. And it's kind of like it's kind of hidden binding method. So I thought it was kind of fun. And decorated the spine as well. I'm gonna make it a little more full and complete. So that is that. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, I want to show you guys, share with you guys something. Kind of shared the last time, but I actually didn't get to do it. This is a Magnolia manual stamps. I'm lately into like coloring and stuff, but not too into it yet. But I want to get like my hands on like really cheap stamps. So I kind of really like Edward from, is it Edward? That's his name. What's his name? Forgot his name. Dreads. Edwin. Sorry. Edwin from the Magnolia series. So this is all Edwins. That's Edwin. This is Super Edwin. Here's just like a brick thing so that my Super Edwin could stand on something. I thought it was kind of cool. And here's like a window for it. And Magnolia, this is Magnolia Mini. And actually in Singapore, these are sold really expensive. They used to be like $20 for each small stamp. Like, oh my gosh. What I did was and they are mounted. So this I actually mount them on again, and they went on further discount to be $6 each, which is really cool. And I got this from what would have been $120 to $36. I'm sure half the world will be like screaming around planets that make Magnolia stamps so expensive here, but well. I thought that was kind of fun. I do have other Edwin stamps as well, the larger ones, but the mini ones are kind of cute. So I might use them in a project soon. But so far they're just sitting down there doing nothing. Like a lot of my other stuff. So one of the things I really want to probably kind of like a scrapbooking related resolution, is actually use more stuff and buy less stuff. I'm trying really hard to not spend too much money on like stuff, because really when you buy these stuff and don't use them, is really a waste of resources. I mean, like just for like our own crafting and hobby and stuff, we really shouldn't be like wasting so much resources, like energy, overheads, people that and the materials used to make all these. I think if you don't use them, it's kind of wasted, and you know, it just encourages a very consumeristic sort of like excessively consumeristic I don't know, tendency, and I think it's bad. In Singapore, scrapbooking stuff is actually relatively expensive, as compared to even US and where it's from. I guess it's because shipping costs stuff, and I really don't want to just keep buying and consuming stuff, and that by making stuff you actually are creating and making art, rather than just buying stuff just because you don't own them. So yeah, so I actually, and just to be able to live with less and learn how to live with less, at least that's the first stage of my I don't know, scrapaholic rehabilitation program. I actually donated quite a large amount of stuff to church, and I guess you could do the same, like for someone that is just starting out with scrapbook and stuff, and you really just want to realize, like, when you just want to bless somebody and want to like learn how to live with less, and perhaps it's one way to do it. And slowly, by learning to live with less, you buy less, you use more, and you actually improve your techniques as well, because you realize that you don't always need products to create good projects. So yes, that's my little rant. Oh, I want to show you guys this. Okay, so I've been collecting this kind of like this letterpress stuff, and my friend got this from, I think it's Hong Kong. No, it's actually US. It's either US or Canada that they went to have like all this really cool pressing stuff. Unfortunately, I don't actually have anything that actually can do actual letterpress of this size. Unlike the traditional letterpress machine, you could actually, however, use inks. I'm just gonna play around. I've actually tried this one. Play around with some stamp thing. I'm thinking that I probably need to use pigment, because your like any dye inks are just like, you know, because it's like metallic, it's totally not going to stick to it. Okay, I'm gonna try VersaFine. VersaFine is oil-based pigment ink. Okay, let's see where that brings me. Might bring me completely nothing. I have no idea what this is supposed to be either, but I don't even know what the image is. It's relatively tragic. Can try that again. Okay, I probably shouldn't be using VersaFine because it doesn't really stay. It's too permanent and doesn't really stay wet very long. I have no idea what this is. Is this like a stand for a camera sword? Maybe. But who cares? I just want to collect these. This is really cute. And this is vintage, real vintage stuff. I'm just going to clean it up. And if you really want it to be as clean as the original was, you can just like use like very mild or like isopropyl surgical spirit. Don't have to wash like it off and stuff. Who knows about you like do embossing with this? Who knows? I have no idea what that is. So that's kind of fun. Actually, I have one that's actually a clock tower and stuff, which I thought was kind of fun. I got that when I was in like a flea market in Canada, for like $5 each. Yeah. Which brings to my point. There's also the new Tim Holtz letterpress, wooden letterpress thing, which I thought it's kind of cool. You could kind of replicate the same thing out, but the one in Tim Holtz has like this really thick material, and I kind of want to kind of have fun and work with that. But yes, that's my consumeristic side I need to get rid of. Yeah, I just kind of look at, hey, Tim Holtz got that, so I definitely want to go buy it. Yeah, this is like a really long ranting video. Why? Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for waiting all the way to the end. and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.